Hey beauties, morning to you. All right, this is still in light of both ladies, just the crab sellers at Heroes Circle. All right, MPs, we're not into any schooling because we're not talking to children. This is a very good, a prime opportunity for you to renovate and revamp that area. Because I don't believe in stopping people's livelihood. I don't believe in that. You can probably, what you guys can do, because maybe when I listen to Alice, I realize definitely her brain is in Wonderland, in some ways. I don't think she's really thinking. And it probably has a lot to do with it. And when I say education, not necessarily going into a formal school, but that is also important. But using emotional intelligence. And I'm talking when they asked her particularly if her food handler's permit was up. She's not the only one, I'm sure. She said yes, but she sent it in to renew, but she didn't go for it. And the guy kept actually repeating the same thing. And I realized that maybe they just kind of need to be spoon-fed out a bit, because they're not with it fully. So you guys can help them to go and get their food handler's permit renewed. I hope that they have one for it to be renewed. I'm hoping if they, because it would be really a travesty of justice or a joke. That's one. Ensure that every stall has a pipe. Everybody has a pipe. And I guess the water tanks are there. And that everybody contribute to the refilling of it when needs be. They pay their taxes, they do whatever. Ensure that sufficient lavatories or the toilets, portable toilets, are there. Not exactly in close proximity to the food, because it's still a toilet. But, not far, obviously, but a sort of a way. And that they can, in case anything should happen, some diarrheal attack, running belly thing, or just something coming up, they can quickly go to the toilet area. And then when they come back, soap must be on the pipe for them to use. I guess they can provide that for themselves, because that's not expensive. But ensure that water is there. Pipes, water. MPs, you ask for premium salaries, so you can give premium service. Let us see your premium service shown at Heroes Circle, or whoever the MP is. Let us see your premium service shown at Heroes Circle. Simple. We don't have to get into a long discourse on that. Just do that so that the people can be restored to their jobs. And maybe let them go to a class or two about cleanliness. Just send them to an etiquette class or something about cleanliness. You understand me? Cleanliness, I hear a lot of people say cleanliness is godliness. I know where they're coming from. It's not really a biblical term. I can take it from the whole point of being holy. When we talk about holiness, your heart must be pure. It really was talking about matters of the heart. But if your heart is pure and you're a godly person, you're going to make your physical pure. You're going to make your physical clean. You understand? So be careful, people, that you don't run with something and it is not particularly scriptural in the way that you mean it. But if you are, for example, a child of God and your heart is clean and pure, you're going to also make the natural you, the regular everyday life of you be pure as well. So you work on the outside and you work on the inside. All right? So it's not quoting that says that cleanliness is godliness. I understand what you're saying. It has, the elements of it. If we were to dissect it, mean to break it up and really inspect it, it would have elements of truth in it. But that's not really a true statement. Just as so when it says God helps those who helps themselves, that is not true. If you say that, then God is not omniscient. If you say that, then God is not omnipotent. If you say that, then God is not omnipresent. It means that he needs help. Him can't do nothing all over the place. And don't use the scripture when it says God doesn't have hands, so you have to carry out his work. Don't use that. I'm talking about you allow, when it says faith without works is dead, you do what you can, but God doesn't really need your help. He's teaching you to not be a lazy human being. He's teaching you to work hard and to work smart. Simple as that. And to cultivate things. Just like how having a good attitude, you have to cultivate it. Like you said, you cultivate the fruits of the spirit. You cultivate the beatitudes. In other words, even though you don't feel like doing it, you still do it. You don't feel like being nice, you still do it. It's not fake. It is about practicing until it becomes a part of who you are, until you become better, until you become mature. That's what it really is. So MP or MPs or councillor, whomever, you have a nice job to do right now. See, you have a project, go and work on that. Get them the enough sufficient portable toilets, sufficient pipes, ensure that the water is running and working and all of that. The place is fumigated, cleaned up, sanitized, everything. The whole area is dealt with, renovated nicely so that the people can be restored. Let them do a week or so of some etiquette course, something in terms of being clean on what you do, because maybe they don't know some of the things. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe, because it cannot be just Alice that's the only one that has an issue that based on what has come out. In other words, if there's no other public nearby toilet, where do they go to use the bathroom? You know, it's just that one human being was caught. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about that if there are no portable toilets there, and there are insufficient pipes. What do some of the others do? You understand what I'm saying to you? So it means that everybody across the board basically would be culpable, meaning guilty. So MP, you have a work to do. You have a work system, yeah, man. That's a nice project to take on. So invest in some toilets, invest in more pipes, ensure that the tanks that I saw there are filled, ensure the area is fumigated and sanitized, cleansed properly, make it be spanking brand new, fix up the area a little bit and restore them. Let them do a week's course in etiquette, cleanliness and so on, because maybe when they hear it and they're now taught, then they can say, okay, I don't think I really understood my folly. Alice in Wonderland wasn't the only one, I'm sure others too. You know, and even their dress code. I'm not expecting them to dress up like they're going to corporate Jamaica to work, but your clothes can look clean. You can still look clean. You know, I remember I passed a man who was he was doing some sort of manual labor. The man smelled so good. I couldn't believe it. Yes, people, he smelled so good. He probably just started working, but he looked fairly clean. And based on his hands, you could tell that he was doing, you know, some sort of manual labor. But he smelled good. I couldn't believe it. I wanted to pay a compliment to him, but I didn't want him to take it the wrong way, because I'm big on smell and what I see too sometimes in terms of if something is unsightly, like what I couldn't watch that video. So MPs, you have some work to do. You have some work to do. You have some, oh locks. That's a project that many of you should be vying for that prize to take on. You understand me? Many of you should be vying for that prize to say, you know, we're helping out some people and letting them get back to their livelihood, but they're going to be, you know, they're going to unlearn and relearn right things, wise things, correct things, factual things, truthful things. Simple as that. All right? I pray that after a few days, this thing can be put to rest. I have a thing that says 9 days wonder. And not just them. I hope other, you know, restaurants, vendors, and so on take heed of what has happened. Be clean. Be clean. If you don't know what to do, go on Google, go on YouTube, enroll in a class, talk to one or two people, let them show you. Because many of you were not taught. I was taught to be clean by my aunt from I was a little picky. When I used to visit her, and so she was very much big on that. Not to say that my mother didn't teach me, but I remember my aunt categorically teaching me these things. As a matter of fact, 2 different ones. Teaching me from a little picnic. So oh. Be clean, be tidy. And it's not only in that areas, guys. You know you're going to eat food, wash your hands. You see, when you're going to do number 1 in the bathroom, it's good when you wash your hands before you use it. You don't want your dirty hand go right there. Come on, man. You don't want your dirty hand to go right there in your genitals. Wash your hands and then you wash your hands again afterwards. You understand me? You look at the toilet to see that it is, even if you're not going to sit on it, don't sit on the public one, but still, if you can get some Lysol and things and wipe up and then you use it. You want something to splash up and touch on that and touch on you. You have to be clean. I think it's only in terms of what Alice does, cleanliness. When do I think they're on this in terms of how you handle everything, food, utensils, you know, pots, pans, crockery, every single thing. In terms of cleanliness, your clothes must be clean. Because some people actually look clean on the outside, but when you pass them, you say, So MPs, you have a work to do, or councillors, MPs and whatnot. Guys, follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message.